Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is about savings. So people usually ask like how much should I have in savings at 30 years old or at like certain age, right? So I did an analysis. For this analysis is just purely my own opinion. So and there are some assumptions used in this opinion as well. So please take note of the assumptions when watching this video. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, so how much should you have in savings at each age group? And then it's from an average Singaporean perspective lah. So based on the figures, I'll be using all the average salary, average assumptions, everything average lah. Yeah. Okay, so the age group analyzed will be 30. 30 is when you just started working for a few years. Then 40, and then 50, and also 60. And then I think maximum I should analyze is until 65 lah. Beyond 65 it depends on your health and then many other different issues, and it's quite hard to analyze by then. So yeah. Okay, so based on this video is going to be based on this allocation that we use our salary. So based on the 50 30 20 rule, so as we all know 20% of our CPF actually 20% of our salary all goes into CPF, right? So based on this amount, okay, so before you reach 55, right, the CPF table will be 20% by your own salary and 17% from your employer. Okay, so technically your salary is not 100%, it's 117%. Okay, so I've used this breakdown for this salary allocation. So based on 117% total, your CPF savings will be 37% lah. So 37 over 117 will be approximately 31%. And then for spending, I assume everybody should spend around 50% of your salary. So 50% of your take home lah. So 50% times 117, over 117, it will be around 43%. Okay. Then savings wise, we will use the remaining 30 to save lor. Remaining 30 over 117, which will make up to about 26%. Okay. So I've taken the statistics from the MOM website. So for the median gross monthly income from work, right, including employer CPF, so just now the percentage I calculated is all for the use of this calculation lah. So based on these salaries, I will be using it for analysis at each age lah. Okay. So this is from the MOM website of 2021 Labour Force Report lah. I think the 2022 one is not out yet. If not, I will have used the 2022 one. Okay. So based on 2021 report, let's do some analysis. So assuming by 30 years old, originally when you graduate from uni, you don't have any savings, you don't have any loan. Okay, so assuming no savings and loan from the start, and then you start working at 25 years old, then by the time you reach 30, you have worked for about 5 years lah. So the median salary at 25 to 29 is 4095. So we use 4095 times 26%, which is here, we calculated 26% as savings. Okay, this is cash savings lah. Okay, 26% savings times 5 years times 12 months, so you get this figure about 63k lah. So assuming by 30 years old you haven't even get married, you don't have your house yet, and you don't do any renovation and marriage yet lah, so you will have saved about normally about 63k minimally lah. Yeah. Okay, so if you're the average Singaporean, you should have at least saved 63k. Next, we move on to the next age group, which is 40 years old. So by the time you reach 40 years old, between 30 to 40, I'm pretty sure most of people will have got married, bought your house or whatever lah. So if you are average Singaporean, right, your house should be fully payable using your CPF savings. So for housing loans or like purposes of house down payment, all these, right, we will not be touching your savings. You will all use your CPF. So yeah. Okay. Then assuming but if you need to do renovation for your house, all this, right, then definitely you need some money lah. So you will definitely touch deep into your savings. Okay, so assume you do renovation and your marriage costs, everything add up, right? Maybe you spend around 100k. This is quite a modest amount lah. Spend about 100k total. Okay, so between 30 to 34, you have saved 26% of your income here. So 26% on your daily cost. So you add up to this 81k. So this 5222 is taken from this report lah. Here 5222 and 6102. Okay, so times 26% times 5 years times 12 months. Okay, this is the total savings you have gotten. And then plus your previous savings from your 30 years old, assuming you don't put into any investment, you just save it in the bank with a lousy 0% interest. This is just assuming all 0% interest. Okay, then 81k plus this amount, 95k plus 63k, then plus you spend 100k on your wedding and your renovation. Okay, then your net savings at 40 years old will be around 140k. Okay, but assuming you go and buy a car, then your savings may be zero already lah. Yeah. Okay, so depends on your lifestyle. But I'm assuming average Singaporean don't really buy a car, so yeah. Okay, next one is at 50 years old. So assuming you start feeling rich and you want to buy a car for 120k, so you will minus 120k here later. Okay, so savings between 40 to 44 years old, we refer back to this statistics. So 68255958. So plug the number 68255958, then you'll get these respective amounts. Okay, these respective amounts, you add back your previous savings. Okay, then you minus your car savings. You have gotten around 220k lah, assuming you didn't buy a car at between 30 to 40 years old. If you buy a car from 30 to 40 years old, this amount might be much lesser lah. Okay, so this is the table of your CPF contribution, so where your CPF all go. So 37% you contribute, right? It doesn't all go into OA lah. So there's a split between OA, SA and MA. So ordinary account, special account, MediSave account. Okay, by the time you change throughout the years, right, all the allocation will have been different. So I also calculated how much would you have in CPF savings instead of cash savings. Okay, so this is an example of what I calculated based on all the average income just now. So based on the average income just now and the allocation, right, all the allocation I already done here lah. So 23%, 21%, 7%, all this I already done the allocation. So as you know, ordinary account can be used to pay for your housing. So I believe if you buy an average house, you should, together with your partner, should cost around 500k lah. So housing, you maximum use 250k. Okay, then MediSave, because there's a maximum cap of a basic healthcare sum, you have only used 66k for your MediSave. So any overflow of your MediSave up to the basic healthcare sum will overflow into the special account. So all this amount, right, above the 66k will go into the special account. Okay, so if you are talking about really using my figures like 250k for housing, 66k for MediSave, the remaining special account and the flow over from the ordinary account and MA, right, will add up to about 316k for retirement at 55 years old. Okay, that's the average amount that you should get. So based on the average amount, you can qualify for the enhanced retirement sum. So actually the enhanced retirement sum can be quite achievable, but depending on your age. Okay, so this enhanced retirement sum is based on 2020 figures lah. So if you are actually haven't reached 55 or are very far away from 55, then you might not be actually reaching this enhanced retirement sum. Okay, so assuming you already reached 55 and all the figures are there, and then you should be able to get an estimated of 2k per month from CPF Life. Between 55 to 60 years old, your allocation to CPF will have changed. So just refer back to this table, you can see that now your employer only contribute 14% and then you contribute 14%. So this add up to total 28%. And then now your base, right, should be 114 instead of 117 lah. So previously 117. So now based on the 114 calculation, so this is a 114 calculation, 28 over 114 is about 24%, and same, you still spend 50% of your take-home pay. So 50 over 114 is about 44%, and then savings is the remaining amount lah. So 36 over 114, which will make up to about 32%. Okay, so assuming between 50 to 60 years old you buy another car, then you also do all the same savings lah as before. So you have saved about 80k and here about another 70k, and then add your previous savings at 50 years old, then you minus the amount you buy car, then your savings is around the same lah, 220k. So basically whatever you earn if you buy a car is all eroded lah. Yeah. Okay, then we talk about 65 years old lah, which is when you will normally retire. Okay, so if you look back into the contribution table, the CPF rates has changed again. Now your employer only contribute 10% and you contribute 8.5%. So now the base should be 110. Okay, so 10 plus 18 plus 8.5 becomes 18.5 over 110 is 17%, and then spending is 50% of take home, so 50 over 110, 45%, and then the remaining amount or you will receive in cash, so 41.5 over 110 times you will become 38% lah. Okay, so all this if you add it up, you will all add up to 100%. Okay, so the savings between 60 to 65 years old, based on the average salary has dropped a lot lah, so become 2543 only. Okay, so this figure might not be accurate because technically it includes all those low wage workers also that work beyond 65 years old, but never mind, we just use the average figures. So 2543 times 38% of the savings, okay, times 5 years times 12 months, so your savings between 60 to 65 is not much lah. Assuming you, because you already stop not work so actively already, so you shouldn't be buying a car lah by then, but up to you if you want to buy a car. Okay, so minus your previous savings, then your total savings at 65 years old should be around 278k lah. Okay, so this is assuming you don't buy a car from 30 to 40. So if you buy a car, then your savings will be much less lah, so maybe around 150k left. Okay, so but anyway, I'll use the example of 278k for planning. So 278k, assuming you live until 100 years old, you can approximately get about 600 plus per month on top of CPF Life. For example, CPF Life, we are assuming you get the enhanced retirement sum, right? So enhanced retirement sum is 2k monthly plus 600 plus monthly. So approximately your income will be 2.6k monthly. Okay, so this 2.6k monthly must be enough for you to pay for your insurance, pay for healthcare, pay for every single thing in your life. Okay, so it might be really sufficient if you are content to live a very simple life. And then but assuming, looking at the state of inflation every year, I think it's not going to be enough lah. So it's going to be very sufficient for you by the time you reach your later years. So if it's not sufficient for you, based on the estimates that you make currently, please start planning to invest and save early so that this amount can be compounded, and then this is not the actual amount that you actually retire with. Okay, so other things can be like super unexpected medical expenses like wheelchair, all this. If you don't plan your insurance properly, right, this will eat into your 2.6k monthly income lah. Yeah. Okay, so other ways to grow your money is not only invest and save early. There's a limit to how much you can invest and save. So if you're currently only working one job, you can think of working many other side income, generating passive income, or to grow your retirement amount. Yeah, so to end this off, just reiterate that this is a purely educational video and there are many assumptions used in this video that if you are not fulfilling these assumptions, please change all these assumptions and figures accordingly. Okay, so it's the end of the video and I hope it has been educational for you to learn about the figures and the CPF contribution rate and how much cash savings can average Singaporean get. So if any of the assumptions that I use are different from your life, like you plan many different overseas trips and then it eats into more than 50% of your take-home pay, then you need to recalculate. Okay, so your savings might be depleted by all these decisions that you make, whether early in life or later in life. Okay, yeah, so please plan accordingly. Okay, so if you have learned something new, please help to like and subscribe. Okay, that's the end. Thank you everyone. Bye.